The conflict between Ukraine and Russia has hit its 1-year mark. 1 year ago today, Russian forces rolled across the Ukrainian border and the first missiles were fired. Fast forward to now, both sides are gearing up for year 2 of war. And as the Biden administration doubles down on backing Ukraine, there's now growing concern about the possibility of China providing Russia with lethal military aid. All the while, the humanitarian crisis there continues. To talk about where the war stands now and what to worry about really moving forward, Chuck Todd from Meet the Press joining us now. So Chuck, should the U.S. be concerned that tensions are growing even larger with China?
Absolutely. I mean, I think this week is really a bit scary in how our posture with China and China's posture with us. You know, when you think about it, if we go back to the spy balloon, we were within a week of having the first visit by an American Secretary of State to Beijing in 5 years. And it was an attempt to turn the temperature down. Spy balloon happens. Chinese don't apologize, don't do anything. We shoot it down. Munich happens. We find out they're thinking about arming the Russians. We make an objection to that publicly. They go along, still have their meeting in Moscow, still do this. Meanwhile, we're meeting with Taiwanese officials. We've announced we're going to send more troops to the island, more weapons to the island. It doesn't seem as if now either country is interested in de-escalation. Right now, it seems as if we're in this tit for tat, and maybe it's just a moment in time, and this is a bunch of coincidences all happening within a 3-week period. But boy, you take this 3 weeks in isolation and it looks quite scary.
So where do we go from here? Because you're right, there really doesn't look like a clear path to kind of going back on where we are now. Moving forward, our support of Ukraine, where does that put us in terms of our relationship with China? And does that make us a target for other things that maybe we weren't expecting?
Well, I think I think what we're headed for here for a bit is Biden and Xi need to talk, and we need to figure out whether there's going to be an attempt at de-escalation. I think we have to see, will the Chinese help send lethal aid to the Russians, or are they deterred by us making this public? And there's another thing that could happen. Does the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, go through with his visit to Taiwan? That's been on the table. I think politically he feels like he needs to do that. Nancy Pelosi did it. At the same time, we know how escalatory the Chinese felt like the Pelosi visit was. So I think the next couple of months, does a McCarthy trip happen to Taiwan? That's number one. Do Biden and Xi talk? They said they're going to talk, but that hasn't happened. So I think we need to get, unfortunately, we don't talk. Whatever we thought with the Soviets, there was a red phone. After the Cuban Missile Crisis, we set up some mechanisms to make sure we didn't miscommunicate. And right now, we don't have any of those mechanisms with the Chinese. So it's in a bad spot. And I think until we can get to a place where we just start to have a meeting about how we communicate, that's step one here, and we haven't gotten to step one.
Certainly a scary time. Chuck Todd, always appreciate your insight there. And for more with Chuck Todd, make sure you watch Meet the Press this Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on WCNC Charlotte.